Nearly 58 years ago, Maurice Civarella was murdered and her body left in a hole in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. She was only 9 years old. State police worked tirelessly over the years but were unable to identify her killer until now. Thanks to DNA and genealogy tracking, authorities announced Thursday they have solved her case. Pennsylvania State Police was founded in 1905, so over half of our existence we've investigated this case, said Pennsylvania State Police Lieutenant Devin Brutowski during Thursday's news conference. Joined by current and retired detectives and officials who worked the case, along with Civarella's siblings, Brutowski detailed how police identified James Paul Forte, who died in 1980, as Civarella's murderer. DNA left on her jacket. On March 18, 1964, Civarella left her house to walk to school. She was last seen alive around 8:10 a.m., according to Pennsylvania State Police. After 1 p.m., her body was discovered in coal refuse pit. Investigators determined she was sexually assaulted, murdered and left in the hole with all her belongings. Her siblings on Thursday described her as a quiet, sweet girl that had aspirations of becoming a nun. She also enjoyed playing the organ. "We have so many precious memories of Maurice. At the same time our family will always feel the emptiness and the sorrow of her absence," said Carmen Marie Ratke, Maurice's sister, during the news conference. "Consequently, we will continue to ask ourselves what would have been or could have been." The case went cold until 2007 when the state's DNA lab was able to develop the suspect's DNA profile using fluid that was left on Civarella's jacket. Police were hoping this was the break in the case they needed, but the DNA didn't return any matches. Police checked the database monthly against all other criminals that had DNA in the system, said Brutowski. In 2019, with help from Parabon Nanolabs, the DNA profile was uploaded to GEDmatch, a genealogical database. Through that, police were able to get their first genealogical match, a very distant relative, possibly a sixth cousin, according to Brutowski. In 2020, genealogist Eric Schubert contacted the state police offering to help free of charge and lend his unique skill set of tracing down family trees to find matches. Schubert, only 18 at the time, had assisted other police departments on several cold cases. Mr. Schubert began genealogical work on the family tree of our match and very shortly we were provided names of relatives who were scattered throughout the country, a police statement said. We were fortunate enough to have most of the related family cooperate and provide us their DNA samples. Seeking justice. The investigation determined that Forte was the suspect in Civarella's death. Forte would have been 22 at the time of the crime. He died in 1980 of natural causes, possibly a heart attack, according to police. To confirm, Forte was exhumed last month so that investigators could take a DNA sample to match the suspect's profile. On February 3, the result confirmed his DNA matched. To put the numbers in perspective, it is estimated that there have only been 117 billion people who have ever inhabited Earth, the police statement said. In order to find another match to Mr. Forte, you would need to search over 4 million planet Earths. This is fourth oldest cold case to be solved in the country using genetic genealogy and the oldest in the state of Pennsylvania, according to State Police Corporal Mark Barron. Over 230 department personnel had a hand in the investigation over the years, without including civilians in the crime lab, Barron added. Forte's name never came up over the years, police said, and they believed this was a random attack. In 1974, Forte pleaded guilty to aggravated assault and served a year of probation, according to Barron. In 1978, he was arrested for recklessly endangering and harassment, police said.